Madre John Madden, you call me Juanito, in Mexico, where I'm going in just about 2 weeks. I want to do a little note about following the voice of Spirit. I was having a conversation with one of my fellow residents at the Salvation Army shelter, and she was sharing her spirituality with me, that when God, He, pretty clearly for her, He, tells her what to do, it's always right. It's always exactly what to do. But on the other hand, she was also saying, you need to program God. This is so New Agey, and I bet she didn't get it from New Age stuff. Real country girl. Yeah, I told God I wanted something, a portable heater or something. But I didn't specify that it had to work, so I got one that didn't work. And it was my fault because I didn't program God right. Well, I don't see God as a He. I don't see God as somebody that needs to be programmed. I want to learn better and better to listen to the voice for Spirit. And this exact spot has been the location for some of those learnings. I'm at the S&W building. It's the Art Deco building at the south end of Haywood Street in downtown Asheville. And it's a beautiful building. Beautiful building. This is really very pretty up here. Gorgeous building. And in this location, a few weeks ago, I saw this sign that you could become a vendor here. We're not looking at the Altoids box, that's later. You could become a vendor here. And my friend Justin from the Salvation Army shelter, I thought, we'll get some funding and help him set up a kiosk making food here. And when I got back and talked to him about the idea, he said, I'm so over food service. I have a lot of background in that, and I might take a job to make a little money, but to put heart and soul into building a restaurant, no, I don't want to do that at all. A couple days ago here, I made a video about my continuing and ongoing desire to mentor really sharp people, and that's something I want to find a way to do still in Mexico. And I said I might encourage some long-distance folks like here in Asheville to be mentees of mine continuing when I leave. And I mentioned Justin as a guy who is really sharp. And I shared that video with him, and it lit him up and also disturbed him, because he said to me, you see more goodness, more potential in me than I do. I said, I thought that was true, and that's why I shared it with you, because it's hard for you to say good things about yourself. Well, I'm not meant to be his ongoing mentor. As he continued to struggle with that, he told me back in Ohio, where I came from, there's a martial arts instructor who said to me recently, I stay in touch with him, I miss having you to play with on the mat, to throw each other around on the martial arts mat. I said, sounds like he loves you. He says he does. And he, like you, my friend Justin said to me, sees more in me than I see in myself. So my support for Justin was to say, sounds like you need to go to Ohio. Do you have a way to get there? Yeah, I've got some extra money. Well, you got people who love you there. He said I could fall right back into the same bad habits I was into when I was there. But you don't need to, do you? So my support for him may be very, very minimal, but significant still. Who are our babies? God, Spirit, life will tell me, this is one you ought to help. No, keep going. This is not one you need to get involved with. Yesterday, down at Pack Square, half a mile from here, there was a homeless guy who had spent a very cold night in the front of a restaurant there. And he called out and asked if I had a cigarette, and I felt like, no, I'm busy, man. I got other stuff to do this morning. So I just kind of breezed by. Then I came back to catch the bus at that exact spot. And I said, you've got some time. This guy's got a hard road out here. Give him something. And this is where the Altoids box comes in, because that's where I keep my cigarettes, is in these Altoids boxes. So I gave him one of those boxes, just like that one, with a few cigarettes, and we chatted. And homeless people often want engagement and acknowledgement of their personhood more than money or cigarettes. So I asked her, are you warm enough? Yeah, he's got a lot of sleeping bags and stuff. Here, there's a woman named Marissa who works as a barista up at the Flower coffee shop there. And months ago, we had a couple of exchanges that impressed me that this woman is sharp. She could go places. She's maybe one of the people I'm meant to mentor. And yesterday when I came through here, she remembered my name after weeks. It was probably a couple months since we had exchanged names. I remembered hers, but I was really impressed that she remembered mine. And I said to her, I want to talk to you about why I think you're so sharp. And I was fully intending to get back and pitch her the idea of maybe being a mentee long distance. And the place got slammed. They had so many people come in, I couldn't do it then. And today she was here still, and I thought, yeah. And when I got up to the front of the line, I went, no. You've never mentioned the idea to her. I've got other baristas that we've been nursing that idea over a course of months, and admin people for MAHEC, the health center, people we've been talking about. This is going to come out of the blue, and you're leaving in 2 weeks. It doesn't make sense. But really, it wasn't about it doesn't make sense. It was about, life said, no. Control your impulsiveness. This is not one that's for you. Martin Luther King Day, 19th. The birthday is tomorrow, but there's a march today that I've gone to for almost every one of the 16 years I used to be in Asheville, or at least many of them. It's really cold today, and I've been back and forth about whether I'm going to go to it. But the bus that stops right in front of this place, 3 different buses would take me there. And I know I'm meant to be there. Of all times to show up for black people, to make a statement in this town that has not a very good history around inclusion and support for black people. Go, do that. Do that this morning. And now shut up. I think you have to go catch the bus. Thanks.